Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order for today, Tuesday, May 26th. If you please stand for a moment of prayer, moment of silence, and the Pledge of Allegiance. As we gather here today as commissioners and members of Scott Township, we ask that we are ever mindful of each other, opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community that we hold dear. Keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, acceptance, understanding, exerting our efforts in those areas, and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence and build proudly. Let us continue to strive to make a better neighborhood, a better township, and a better world. I could please just ask for a moment of silence as we stand in solidarity with Heidelberg Borough on the loss of Chief Dixon. Thank you. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please.
Commissioner Judici?
Here.
Mr. Myers?
Here.
Mr. Costello?
Here.
Commissioner Seibel? Commissioner Sorkin?
Here.
Commissioner D'Alfonso? Commissioner Sedlak?
Here.
Commissioner Gazda? Here. Commissioner Allman?
Here.
One absent.
Thanks. For approval of agenda, could I get a motion, please, to approve the agenda as submitted?
So moved. Second.
Tom and Nick, thank you. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? Motion carries. Public comments. Are there any public comments on any agenda items that are listed below? Oh, okay. All right, tonight we want to welcome Bob Fink. He's here tonight to tell us a little bit about the Whiskey Rebellion days, what Scott Township lays claim to, and along with
Hey,
local.
this is Commissioner Sedlak. Do we want to make sure that no other community residents want to talk about anything else on the agenda?
I just did that.
Okay.
Well, good evening and thank you very much for having me here tonight. I will be brief. My name is Bobby Fink. And as I tell most people I meet, I live in the very best section of Mount Lebanon Township. It's called Scott Township. Specifically Bower Hill, where I was born, bred and butter. I've been here all my life. I'm 77 years old and still feeling pretty good. I'm here tonight I'm here to reference two impending items of interest and to speak about only one of them, after which your colleague, Ms. Sedlak, will speak on the second one. For the past 2 years, on the anniversary of the Battle of Bower Hill, does anybody know when that anniversary is? Actually, it was 2 days, July 16th and 17th of 1794, at when the so-called, excuse me, Ms. Sedlak doesn't like me to call it the so-called. When what has come to be known over 200 and some years as the Whiskey Rebellion was coming to a head, and it came to a head right up on our hill. And so you'll see the historical marker on King Boulevard. It's part of our crest in the upper left. History is a lot of fun, especially for community-minded people, because we know where we've been. We'd like to think we know where we're going, and we can learn from everything that has taken place in the past. I'm just going to reference this book by a friend of mine. Maybe some of you have read it. I met Professor Brady Kreitzer in August of 2023, a couple of months after the publication of his well-selling book. I don't know how best it was, but it was on the top 10 New York Times best-selling list that year. I don't know how long it stayed there, but when I heard that there was yet a fourth book, a academically referenced book on the subject, the first one being in 1939. when I heard them, I said, well, this can't be. How can you keep beating a dead horse? So I got in touch with Professor Kreitzer and we became friends. We met in person for the first time at the Oliver Miller Homestead. You're all familiar with it, over in South Park, the old stone mansion. He was doing a book signing that day, and that's where we met. And I agreed to help him promote the book and the whole thing. We've been friends ever since. So here's what I have to talk about. This will be the third year in a row that I've gathered some friends on the site where the marker is, where the mansion burned 232 years ago, I think it is coming up. And just for fun and for history and for curiosity's sake. The first year, my wife and I went down in my pickup truck with the tent and the table, the literature table, and coverings and some snacks. And we invited as many people as we could who were free on 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a school day or work day as it is. This year it's going to be on a Friday of that week, July 17th, which was the culmination of the battle. The whole thing started the day before in ways that are described in books such as these. And what we do for 2.5 hours, I give a brief talk. We have a question and discussion after that. And I invite everybody to pick a chair, cooler, we might have some water there for people, but this year it's gonna be a little different and hopefully a lot better. But anyway, that first year we were gathered for about an hour and then the clouds opened up and the wind came and everything flew and you couldn't see anything for a mile or two. Anyway, so that was inaugural. And so it broke up. Last year was somewhat better. I promoted it more efficiently, I think, with digital media and whatnot. And we managed to get, 15, 18, 20 people to promote. Oh, and some would come and go, and then others would come and take their place. And so, hi, Denise.
Hi.
My neighbor. She lives in the best part of my Lebanon too. Anyway, that was last year, and we had a nice time, good weather, and so we agreed. My good friend Mike, my good friend and neighbor Mike, who helps me with all this stuff, any other stuff, and my wife and a couple local historians. One was a history teacher over at the primary school, I believe, in Chartiers Valley. Some of you may know Ms. Shelley Tarrant. She's coming out with their new book launch soon on the history of Old St. Luke's, his children's book. I plan to get an autographed copy because I'll be there for the launch. It's coming up in a couple of days. And someone else you might know, Mr. Rob Woodhorse. Rob runs he facilitates and organizes, they call at the Woodville Plantation, the reenactments. They have their Whiskey Rebellion Day right around this weekend that I'm talking about. Ours could be on Friday, theirs is on a Sunday, I think. It'll be fun, I'll be there. Hope most of you can make it too. So, 2 things about the impending event that are going to make it not an 18-person gathering, but I'm hopeful of. I always take the under and then I get the over on these, not just this event, but other events I've had off campus. But I'm going to say we're looking at maybe 80 people. Because this year I have the author there, he's committed to being there, Brady Kreitzer, to sell books, to sign books. This is his penultimate book to this point. This came out in 2023. Just recently, he published his 7th book, Pennsylvania history. Brady Kreitzer is a 40-year-old man. And he's already written published 7 books on Pennsylvania history. That's pretty impressive for my book. He's a very impressive individual. He told me he's available and he's coming. We'll see. No, I shouldn't say that. He'll be there. Also, we're gonna have a whiskey tasting and bottle sales by my next door neighbor, Mr. and Mrs. Tony Mazzarini, who own a distillery in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, and also an adjunct satellite facility right here on the South Shore. Some of you may have heard of it, the distillery complex, South Shore. Tony and I have been neighbors for 32 years, friends that long. And he's gonna be there to help out, as he's done before at other off-campus events. But the big thing is this. Excuse me, the big factor in my optimism of getting a nice 80 to 100 crowd there. I recently joined the JCC. My wife's been a member for several years because she likes all that water aerobics and lifting, and I have no time for that. However, when I went there with her a couple of weeks ago for a lunch, I found out there's something called Age Well. I don't know how to use microphones. I should
You're fine.
stand over here.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Something called Age Well, which is part of JCC. Because I found out that Age Well is more to nerds like myself that like to read, that like to discuss books, that like to have discussion groups, and other stuff. Plus, they get together for lunch Monday through Friday. And so I went to see she calls herself a librarian, the coordinator of Age Well, young lady named Mickey. And I told her what I've been talking about here. And I said, I'd like to, as a new member, get on your calendar for an event on a specific date. And I told her the whole story. She's got me down. I'll be speaking around. I'll be doing my event with other JCC members, hopefully in attendance, because they're interested, they're curious. Some of them live very close. Some of them live in, there's 2 JCCs, of course. One's in Squirrel Hill and one is in South Hills here. So I'm on that, the event is on that calendar. And so, a lot of retired people in Age Well and who are still actively, seem to be, hey, that's a cool thing. I never knew that. Oh, that happened here. Oh, yeah, I want to go see that. So that's.
Hey, Bob,
Yes,
can I come in now?
please. This is your turn.
This is my turn. I'm getting ready to bring this home, my friend.
Okay, because
So after talking
about this, here you go. Go ahead.
So after I think Bob has given you all of the deliverables, and after meeting this gentleman and talking with him, and if nobody in this community doesn't already know, I am a giant nerd, a ridiculous giant nerd, and I've always been, come on, I did Gettysburg last year. This is my year to do the Whiskey Rebellion. So I've done the 8th grade field trip 3 times. My thing about it is that I think Scott Township should absolutely lean into this. This is our township. This is on our crest. And I think this is something that we should consider not taking on as township members. But I've already reached out to the library and Gina about perhaps for the first 3 weeks of July this year, having something on our marquee and her pulling as many books from the main library on the Whiskey Rebellion that she can. This is just the first year. We can't do anything this year, but what I would like to see happen is us form an auxiliary committee that literally is just the Scott Township Whiskey Rebellion Committee. I have a couple members of our community who are already interested in doing this. Where I see this moving forward in the future is to move on to our sister communities that have also been a part of this amazing part of American history that I think we truly need to understand and embrace. You guys very well know that I last year required that Washington County, I wanted to file a cease and desist order for them having the Whiskey Rebellion. Apparently, as after talking to Mr. Fink and reading a couple more extensive books not involving Scott Township, Mingo Creek literally was a very integral part of the Whiskey Rebellion. And I think that if we could move on with our sister communities and form something amazing, we could bring just a level of understanding and pride in history to our township where we have the Whiskey Rebellion on our crest. So I just kind of wanted to give Mr. Fink this opportunity and put that out in front of everybody prior to the ordinance I'm going to be enacting next month.
Okay, all right, I think it sounds good to everybody. Any comments?
My only question is your event in the Cane Woods nature area, or where exactly is the event located?
Good question. As far as members of the JCC who are interested, who are gonna come, they could park right in their own parking lot, walk right across the street, and that's where it is. Where the historical marker is.
Okay.
Right there. It's been there those 2 years. It'll be there this year. And then next year, who knows where we'll pick it. Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Yeah, I just wondered, have you actually determined the location of the house?
I don't know if anybody could do that.
Because I know the marker is there and but they never really quite figured out, the last I heard, where it was. They had all kind of theories, but.
In that parking lot. Okay, you got K Boulevard, you got the marker, and then there's a parking lot behind there. That was a flat football field when I was a kid growing up at Our Lady of Grace. That's where we played ball. And so to go toward the present day church, that was all woods before the church was, cornerstone, or, what do you call that stuff when they break ground? Okay. And the church used to have a picnic up there, a corn roast up in those woods.
They also had an orchard. There was an old orchard that was
Yes.
growing up there.
Yeah. And so I seem to remember somebody discovering some old, like ancient creosote timbers in there that may have been part of the foundation of the May House or the slave quarter, the place where the enslaved people lived. Because there were, I don't know, several dozen, maybe 3 dozen enslaved people with all the acreage that that was on. But your question is great. I wish I could see the spot, but closest thing we have is, the historical marker.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Mr. Fink. We appreciate you being here tonight. All right, we'll move on then with the motion to approve. Could I get a motion, please, to approve the following meeting minutes for April 28th, 2026?
No, it would be.
Motion for that, please. Thank you.
I don't think so.
Anyone? Thank you, Jane. A second for that?
Second.
Thank you. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. For the bill list, could I get a motion, please, to approve the bill list and authorize payment of disbursements from the general fund in the amount of $2,651,615.77.
So moved.
Second. Eileen, thank you. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. For planning, zoning, and code enforcement, we have nothing tonight. Mark, anything? Nope. Okay. Solicitors report, John?
No report tonight, but on the engineer's report, I may have a couple of comments.
Okay. We'll move on to the engineer's report. Marie?
Thank you.
Everything today.
Oh, it's okay. We only go up to G tonight, so we're good. Okay, first item on the engineer's report is, may I have a motion to approve partial payment number 1, which is a final payment submitted by Minifield Demolition Services in the amount of $25,000 for work completed between March 16th, 2026 and April 28th, 2026 for this township-wide structure demolition project. That is for the two homes on Noblestown Road. Funding was provided by Shaycog. Township is to make no payment. This will go straight to Shaycog upon your approval.
Okay, a motion for that, please?
Motion.
Nick?
Second.
Thank you, Tom. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, I will advise Shaycog that you have approved this and that they can process. Okay, next, may I have a motion to award the base bid at alternate B1 and at alternate B2 of contract number 25-R2 municipal building roof replacement project, the meeting room roof only, in the amount of $313,770 to Ramp Construction Company, Inc.
So moved.
Second.
And Nick, questions on the motion? Favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to approve preparation and submission of the 2026 CFA Act 13 Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Grant Application for Gregg Street Park improvements to include resolution number 1121-26, authorizing submission of a funding request in the amount of $250,000 and provision of a funding commitment letter from Scott Township in the amount of $195,000. Just to make mention, the $250,000 funding request is the maximum that we are permitted to request.
A motion for that, please?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Nick. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next up, in similar fashion, may I have a motion to approve preparation and submission of a 2026 CFA Act 13 Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Grant Application for Spinner Park improvements to include resolution 1122-26, authorizing submission of a funding request in the amount of $250,000 and provision of a funding commitment letter from Scott Township in the amount of $58,500.
Motion for that, please.
So moved.
Eileen, Jane, you want to second that?
Yep.
Thank you. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next, may I have a motion to approve partial payment number 3 submitted by Cronin Enterprises Civil and Rail Division LLC in the amount of $44,064 for contract number 25-STO1, which is the 2025 Stormwater Improvements Project, PRP Phase 2. Payment is to be made from the bond fund number 18, and the 45-day payment date is June 29th, 2026.
So moved.
Thank you, Nick. A second for that?
Second.
Thanks. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, next up, may I have a motion to approve execution of the settlement agreement and general release between Excalibur Construction Company LLC, the Township of Scott, and Pennsylvania National Mutual Insurance Company for the Bower Hill Road Sidewalk Improvements Project. That is contract number 24-SW01.
If I may add, if we could just add a short amendment to it, put at the end of it in substantially in the same form as in the attachment. And the reason why for that is that I believe we've agreed to all the language, but in case someone comes up with something at the last minute, we don't have to reenact this. So that's why that language. So if I would suggest as a friendly amendment, is the Board of Commissioners okay with it?
I would make the motion as John has amended.
Nick, a second for that?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Don. Questions on the motion? Could you just state in a very summarized form again for the public what we are doing? There's been a lot of speculation and I just
That's good.
as quickly as possible.
Okay, so without getting too into the weeds, the township was not satisfied with the work performed by the contractor. We have worked with contractors bonding company to provide funding to replace the sections of sidewalk and the deficient work that we have identified. So the funding will be provided basically through the amount of money that we did not pay the contractor initially. And additional funding is provided by the bonding company to make the township whole for the project. The work that has been found to be deficient was bid as at alternates as part of the road program, which would be your next motion. Those items have been publicly bid, so they're actual, justifiable bid numbers. They're not just OPCs. So the work will be done by Youngblood Paving and not by Excalibur Contracting. So with your next motion, you will actually award performing this work to Youngblood. So motion 9F gives you the
Can-
money, pay for it, and motion 9G awards
on.
the project.
Got it.
Michelle.
Can I just stop for a second and just ask if Michael or John can please take a clip of everything that was just said to make a quick summary of that to let the residents know who don't attend meetings.
The meeting's being recorded in several different ways.
Understood, 100% understood in every other meeting prior to this with regards to what we have gone through with this has been recorded and been able to be seen. But I really wish there was a clip of what just transpired for people who just like to complain.
Michelle, are you looking for like a one sheet reference?
Yep.
On the situation?
I'm actually just looking for a clip to just like
Yeah.
a reel because nobody
We can
pays
do-
attention
we can do
anymore.
that.
Can we do a reel?
Maybe Scott Township, on behalf of Scott Township, we can just put out a statement on all the social media outlets.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
would be fantastic.
Yep,
Sooner rather than later. Thank you so much.
yep. All right, Marie, anything else to add for that?
No, I can help Denise with wording if she'd like me to.
Okay, and just, again, it's a very blanket statement. That's part of the reason that the sidewalk has remained to be closed because technically Scott Township has not taken ownership of the sidewalk.
Yep.
All right, so Nick made the motion, Don seconded it. Any other questions or comments on that motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next motion would be, may I have a motion to approve change order number 1 to include add alternates number 3 through 6 in their entirety and add alternate number 7 with adjusted quantities in the amount of $139,211.25 to contract number 26-R01, the 2026 Road Improvement Program, Youngblood Paving, Inc.
If,
Will add to the Youngblood contract, the work along Bower Hill.
now if I could add a slight explanation on this, could we have at the end the language subject to the execution of the settlement agreement?
Execution of the settlement.
Agreement
Okay,
referenced in motion 9F.
got it. Any issues with that? Would someone like to make that motion?
Is it better to reference 9F or the contract number?
It's the same.
Same, okay. All right, I'll make that motion as amended by John.
Nick, a second for that?
Second.
Eileen, thank you. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for me unless you have any questions.
I do. Going back to 9B, that does include the library as well, correct? I see meeting room there.
Motion 9B was
For the roof.
for the roof. So that's the library, the meeting room roof. The other roof
Yeah.
that was the admin building, that one we're holding on to. And you can consider award of that next month, once we get all the other bids that we have out there in.
So
So we are
To
doing,
answer your question, yes, it's library meeting.
In the library,
This
yeah.
post.
clarifying.
Can we amend that then? I think we should clarify that in the motion.
It says meeting.
Because we are addressing the leaks both in here and.
Yes,
Can I
correct.
make that motion?
I made it and you seconded it.
I would make the motion to amend it.
Okay.
That's,
The municipal building roof replacement. meeting.
Room and library.
Library, if you want to include that.
No, amend it.
That's the
My
question
motion.
I asked.
All right,
and I'll second the amendment.
Eileen made a motion to
For the
include
meeting.
library. Nick seconded that. Any questions on the amendment? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Right, amendment accepted. So that will carry with the library. And then
Thank you.
the hope is with some of the contracts we have come in, and if they come under, we'll be able to continue with the administration group. So we're hopeful for that. Okay. Any other questions for Marie? Okay, we're moving on to finance. Tom?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I will make a motion to approve the payment request from Acrisure Mid-Atlantic Partners Insurance Services LLC for actuarial services from 4/1/26 through June 30th, 26 for the police pension fund in the amount of $1,350 and the non-uniform pension fund in the amount of $1,350. And these are paid from their respective pension.
All right, Tom made that motion. A second for that?
I'll second that.
Thanks, Don. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the payment request from Marquette Associates for investment consulting services from 1/1/26 through 3/31/26 for the police pension fund in the amount of $16,197.27 and the non-uniform pension fund in the amount of $8,067.95. Each is paid from the respective pension account.
All right, a second for that, please.
So I'll second that.
Thanks, Don. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any nays? Motion carries.
I have nothing else.
All right, thank you. Standing committee report for public safety, Kathy?
Thank you. The first motion is to approve resolution 112326, adopting the Allegheny County 2026 hazard mitigation plan as the township's official hazard mitigation plan. I'll make that motion.
Second for that,
I'll
please.
second.
Nick, thank you. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
A motion to approve asking Duquesne Light to install additional street lighting at their expense on North Bend Drive near St. Clair Hospital. The township would then be responsible for monthly electricity. I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Thanks, Don. Questions on the motion?
It's my ward.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
A motion would be to approve the engineer to prepare signal permit drawings and request approval from PennDOT to install rectangular rapid flashing beacons at existing approved pedestrian crossings at Green Tree Road and Ryan Drive and Green Tree Road and Green Oak Lane intersections. Cost of installation will be at the expense of the township. Grant funding would be applied for. I'll make that motion.
A second for that, please.
I'll second.
Darlene, questions on the motion?
I do have a question. After just kind of coming up on a pretty bad accident right up there this afternoon, I'm wondering if we shouldn't look at a traffic study to see if it warrants more of a signal or reorientation of some of the roadways up there.
You know, we did that when I was commissioner about 6 years ago, and the prior commissioner, Mr. Walter, and it was always, they did the traffic. This was at Ryan where you pull out the light there,
Yeah.
and it was somehow defeated every single time. So I think he should do it. I think that,
Or at least we can review it, maybe not go through the expense of a whole nother study.
yeah, because it could.
Hey, this is Michelle. Since I moved into this ward 28 years ago, I've been asking for this. I was told by my every single commissioner that was in this ward, every single state representative that represented this ward will look into it. I'm done looking into it. I agree that something needs to be done. I was sitting on my deck and I heard that accident happen. It was horrific.
And the reason I'm bringing it up, Michelle, is the pedestrian signals, I think, are very important.
But I think
they would
something
not have
else needs to happen as well.
Yeah, they wouldn't have prevented what would have happened today, and a full traffic signal would give you both across.
It slowed people down
Well,
when they see that.
It would slow people down and
I
nobody
agree with
slows
that.
down. The reason that accident happened today is because the person in the left-hand lane decided that they were going to go 45 miles an hour with a stop lane on their right-hand side.
All right, let's move forward with this today and get that going. And then if we want to put this on the June agenda to see if there's something else that we can do with the traffic study, maybe we can get some more information between now and then. Okay?
Yeah, let's get these,
Down, we're gonna put it on for June also, okay?
because I think putting those flashing lights in will slow cars down on that road
Let's make a,
at the very minimum.
It's something overhead, absolutely would.
With the mast arms overhead, yeah.
And how about, I'm sorry, we have camera technology all over our township. And if residents don't know that, they should. And I don't understand why we don't have camera technology there.
That could be included as part of it.
yep, we can talk about that. All right,
100%.
all right. Motion was
right.
made by Kathy, seconded by Eileen. Any other questions or comments? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Okay, Kath.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to open the floor for nominations of patrolmen to hire one patrolman in the police department as certified by the Civil Service Commission. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, made by Kathy, seconded by Tom. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, and I would nominate Robert Brzezinski as patrolman.
I'll second that.
By Kathy, seconded by Dawn. Any questions on the motion?
Which motion is this?
To hire Robert Brzezinski.
Okay, we're gonna read the whole motion then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll make a motion to close the floor to nominations.
Kathy closed the nominations. A second for that.
Second.
Nick, thank you. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. We cover everything?
Yeah.
Now we have to read the motion.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Now you gotta read the motion with his name in it.
Okay,
Go ahead.
yes.
No, reread the motion, but insert his name in there, okay?
So that's what I was gonna do. Okay. A motion to approve hiring Robert Brzezinski in the police department as certified by the Civil Service Commission, starting at 80% of the base salary as indicated in the police department collective bargaining agreement. This hire shall be contingent upon successful completion of a psychological exam, a physical exam, and a clear Act 57 inquiry. It would be effective June 22nd, 2026, and I'll make that motion.
Kathy made that final motion. A second for that?
Second that.
Thank you, Dawn. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. All right, Kathy, anything else for tonight?
We have a public safety meeting scheduled for June 2nd to discuss the emergency operation plans for our apartment complexes.
Kathy, also, it was brought to my attention that for Public Safety Day, they'll know tomorrow whether the helicopter is going to be able to come or not. So we'll need to either wait until the next meeting and vote and ratify the landing if they can get it. So
Kathy,
And
when?
we would have to ratify it.
20th,
June 20th.
June 20th.
Okay, thank you. Then we'll put that on for June to ratify if it comes through.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, standing committee report, Public Works, Nick?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve hiring the following individuals at the rate listed for the Public Works Summer Help Program. Carter Adam Dorney at $14 an hour, Mason Marco at $14 an hour, Simon Moore at $14.50 an hour, Jules Michael Prizzoli at $14 an hour, Warren Demonsky at $15 an hour, Darian Strassnyder at $15 an hour, Abby Vates at $14 an hour, and Gavin Waldron at $14 an hour.
Do we know if any of them are from Ward 8? I always put the ward next to it. If so, just let me know, so I know
We've
if anybody got hired from my ward.
basically been taking anybody who will do it because we haven't been able to fill the warrants, but
Well, yeah.
let you know.
can let you know.
Are these all Scott residents?
So we're not going by ward like we used to. It's just whoever. Oh, okay.
We haven't had enough applicants.
Yeah, it used to be like each commissioner got one.
Nobody wanted.
Okay,
Are they Scott residents?
very good then. Then forget about it.
Pardon me?
I believe so. I would have to check
It'd still be nice to know what ward, what
Yeah.
they were from anyhow.
I can add the ward to everyone and send it out so that you guys are aware.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Nick made that motion. Second for that?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Dawn. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Go one more.
We're almost there. We had 8 of 9 spots. So
We will have 9 now because you guys hired Joe Salerno last meeting.
Right,
So
okay.
you guys are at
We're
full
full.
complement.
That's good. That's the first time since I've been on the board, so that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll make a motion to ratify approval of repair services by Lynn's Elevator Service in the amount of $9,365.05 in the addition of an emergency phone line by Kings 3 in the amount of $49.91 per month to correct deficiencies in the elevator in the township building.
All right, a second for that, please.
I'll second.
So Eileen, questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. All right, anything else for tonight?
Nothing else for tonight. Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Environmental Committee, Sewer Committee, and MS4 updates. Anything for tonight, Jane?
Yeah, a little bit. The Environmental Advisory Council's been working with the Bureau of Mines to reduce the amount of mine drainage that's coming out of the discharge sites at Scott Township. And they, on May 18th, they built a weir that will be used to monitor the amount of water or the flow of the water coming out of the mine. Hopefully this data will be used to determine if there needs to be the construction of a treatment facility at the site, and that is all under the Bureau of Mines. So that's something I don't anticipate a cost to the township. The EAC also has submitted their application to participate in Penn State's local climate action plan. There was a document that was sent that was then returned by Angela, who is the contact person for the township. The document just outlined the responsibilities of the township and the responsibilities of Penn State and their students, if we are chosen to participate. So that's it.
All right, thank you. All right, Parks, Recreation, and Public Relations. Eileen?
Thanks. I'll make a motion to approve hiring the below individuals as lifeguards at a rate listed of for the 2026 season. Do you want me to read them or you?
With your mic, if you could.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Samantha Frederick at $16 an hour, Rachel Heo at $14 an hour, Darko Kozavec at $14 an hour, Kenneth McFerrin at $16 an hour, Ava Morgan at $14 an hour, Dominic Pelisak at $16 an hour, Austin Tornabene at $15 an hour, and Robert West as $14.50 an hour. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced anybody's name.
All right, a second for that, please.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Nick. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay. Next is a motion. I'll make the motion to approve hiring Ava Davis and Riley McAllister as cashiers at a rate of $12.50 an hour for the 2026 season.
All right, a second for that, please.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tom. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any nays? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Library liaison report, Don?
Okay, the library board doesn't meet in June and July, so there won't be much to report other than Leona, the librarian, asked me to mention that the summer reading program starts on June 11th up at Scott Park, and the theme of the program is Unearth a Story. The kickoff event, like I said, is June 11th from 5 to 7. They're also going to have a family story time at Scott Park on Thursdays from 5 to 6, from June 16th to August 4th. And she also had me mention, I don't know if this has anything to do with the library, is they have an adult walking club and a family time days event scheduled from June 26th, starting June 26th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And she also mentioned that none of these events require the use of any of the meeting rooms up at the community room or anything. So there's nothing that needs approved for that. That's about it.
Thanks, Don. All right, for Shaycog, anything for tonight?
Nothing for tonight.
Thanks. Standing committee report for administration. Could I get a motion, please, to approve awarding DEP Technologies the managed IT services for $34,336 per year?
Motion.
Thank you, Nick. A second for that?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Kathy. Questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. All right, conferences and workshops, we have nothing. Are there any public comments on items not listed on the agenda? I see. All right, if something comes up, we can come back. In the meantime, we'll move on to commissioners' requests. Don, anything for
I have nothing.
Eileen?
Nothing.
Nothing tonight.
Nick?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Sam, do you have anything for tonight for commissioners' request?
Nothing tonight, just apologies for not being there.
That's all right. Michelle, anything for tonight for commissioners' request?
I have nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Kathy, anything tonight? And I have nothing. We do have an executive session tonight for a legal matter. We do not keep the meeting open for that. So unless there's anything else, could I get a motion, please, to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion.
I'll
So
second.
moved.
All right, well, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?